Hi there, and a very warm welcome to this workshop. I'm really honoured you joined me today. Now, for those of you who are joining me live, please just comment live below. I like to know who's live and joining me. And for those of you who are being tagged in the replay and watching the replay, just comment replay below. I do like to know who's here and who is watching the replay. So why are we running this workshop today? Well, I have so many people reaching out and telling me they really struggle to get engagement on their posts. Now, if you're using Facebook for your organic marketing and you're relying on it to get clients, we don't have a business unless we get engagement and unless, we get the leads from that engagement. So if you've got no engagement, you've got no leads. So if you're one of those coaches out there or small business owners who are really struggling to get engagement on your posts, that could be on your personal profile or in your groups, this workshop is going to be awesome for you. Very, very much Facebook, by the way. This is not anything to do with any other platforms. So the reason I'm doing this workshop is because I know it's a really big problem for a lot of people to get engagement, but this workshop is going to really help you uncover the 3 things, if you do consistently every day, is going to make a massive difference to your business. Now, it was only literally, it doesn't seem that long ago now, a couple of years ago, I was getting massive problems. You can go back through my profile and see I wasn't getting much engagement at all on my Facebook posts. Not only that, it was taking me like 5 hours a day. Literally, I knew what helped the algorithm, but I was doing it all very manually, and it was taking me approximately 4 to 5 hours every single day. And I literally was so tired. I was spending less time with my family, not only trying to keep up with the organic marketing, I was then trying to run workshops, nurture leads, close sales, run my coaching program, and it was becoming becoming worse than a paid job, and I've not had a boss for over 20 years. So I knew I had to do something about this. Now, for those of you who know me, I also run a lead agency, and I run ads for coaches and for small business owners. So I know, though, ads take time and money, and I really wanted to crack this organic marketing because a lot of my audience, my ideal clients, didn't have the money to put on the ads platform. So I knew I really had to crack the system. So I am not one to give up, like you shouldn't be. So I'm going to cover everything I went through to actually get to where I am today, where I get engagement, I get leads, and I get momentum on my posts. And that's what we need. So the reason just a little bit about myself. Basically, I do help coaches get clients from Facebook, okay? We start organically and we build momentum, we create viral offers for my clients, and then once we've got that viral offer, we then implement it into a system where we start gaining traction organically. So initially we get the clients organically with Facebook, and then when my clients are ready and they've got some revenue, they've got the clients coming in, we can then go on the ads platform because it becomes easier once we've proven that it works organically, if that makes sense. So really, for those of you who, just before I move on to these ways, just comment below if you're happy with the engagement you get on your posts, or comment below not happy if you're not happy getting engaged, you're not happy with the engagement you get on your posts, because I want to know where you are right in this journey. So just comment below if you're really happy and you don't need any help with your engagement, or not happy if you know you could improve this massively. That'd be awesome. So what I'm going to do after this workshop is come back and see what responses I'm getting there. It's great to have feedback on workshops. But before I move on, why do we use Facebook? Why do I use Facebook when there's all these other platforms out there? Well, I'm a firm believer in starting with one platform. Don't go and post on every platform. If you haven't hit a certain income figure, if you haven't got 3 to 5 clients a month, really stick with one platform. And the reason I love Facebook is because it's still the largest social media platform out there. There's 2.9 billion active people on Facebook, and there's 1 billion active in Facebook groups. Now, a recent figure I heard recently, there are actually 500 million Facebook groups out there. So there's an awful lot of Facebook groups, and Facebook are giving us lots of free tools that we can use not only on our personal profiles but in our groups. So these free tools literally allow us to get leads if we use them in the right way. So even on our personal profiles now, Facebook's allowed us to turn our personal profiles into a professional mode, so we can use it for business, because before it didn't really like using it for business, but it's had to catch up with the times. because other platforms are great. You know, they don't mind the business side, but Facebook had to like address this, so we can now turn it into professional mode. And I've run another workshop on that, so I'm not going to cover that in this one, but if you search through this group, professional mode, you'll find that workshop. But also with Facebook, we're allowed to like nurture our audience. So on our personal profile, yes, you can get clients. You can get plenty of clients from your personal profile. But if you've got a Facebook group, it doesn't have to be hard work. There's a myth that I haven't got time to run my group. I've got to be in there every day. You don't have to. It can be really simple running a Facebook group. We don't have to overcomplicate it. We can run a workshop once a month. In fact, the most minimal content, even 7 posts a month, can bring you in plenty of clients. And that's 7 posts on your personal and in your group. So what Facebook allows us to do, have 2 bites of the cherry on our personal profile and inside our group. Okay, so if you liken your personal profile to the front of your house, the front door where you're letting lots of people in, and then the actual Facebook group can be likened to the barbecue at the back of the garden. And I love that analogy. That's something I learned from one of my coaches. So the reason we use Facebook is because it's the largest. It's got loads of free tools now that allow us to pull out leads. It allows us to have our personal profile where we bring in our audience, and our Facebook group with all the new features with Facebook groups and personal profiles. So it's an awesome way to get leads and clients. And you only need Facebook. You don't need any other platform. Okay, so comment below if that was new to you and you're finding value just knowing that information. Some of you may not have switched to professional mode before we move on. Okay, so let's really crack on. Okay, if you've got any questions, please post them as I go along, because I will be coming back and answering those after. So let's get cracking. What are the 3 ways to work the algorithm so you can get more traction, more comments, more likes on your post? Because let's face it, if you're not getting that, you're not getting the leads. What are the 3 things? So the first thing is loving and commenting on your friends' posts. So imagine you're bringing your audience in every day, you're bringing your audience in, and maybe you just don't do anything. You don't go and look at their profiles, you don't go and look at your news feed, you just bring them in and they just sit there. Facebook doesn't like that. Facebook wants you to reciprocate. It wants you to go in and love and comment on your new friends posts, especially on your new friends posts. So if you're loving going in, you're looking at your news feed, maybe in the morning, and then you go in the evening, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, you're going to sort of rotate around the different time zones. So if you love and you comment, Facebook algorithm starts thinking, okay, well, Elaine's commenting on Mary's post and Mary's therefore seeing more of Elaine's content because they're obviously connected. So that alone can really, really trick the algorithm in your favour. But not only that, the second thing is messaging people. So when new friends come into your audience, new friends are coming in, within like 24 hours, if you've messaged them with a really authentic message, not salesy, no links, not all that rubbish. You know, people are too wise now. They don't want to be sold to. Nobody likes to be sold to. So we're not going to be sending links straight away. We're going to have a very authentic conversation. So as soon as we message our audience, within say a 24-hour time frame of them becoming a friend, and if you construct the conversation in such a way that they message you back, that's another signal to Facebook that your content needs to be seen by them. So not only are you now loving their posts, but also you're now messaging them and they're messaging you back. A massive tick in Facebook, because Facebook then says to itself, the algorithm goes a little bit more crazy and says, I need to show Elaine's content to Sarah because they're having this conversation, they've liked each other's posts, or Elaine's liked Sarah's post. So yeah, you know, we're playing the right game. Now the third thing is posting on a regular basis. But before I move on, who at least does number 1? If you're doing 1 and you're loving and commenting, or loving, even just loving your friends' posts, just comment below number 1 if you're doing that. Okay, and then comment below number 2 if you're taking it a step further. Maybe comment 1 and 2 if you're actually not only loving, but you're commenting on your friends' posts and they're replying back to you. You're having that lovely conversation in Messenger and building up that friendship. Comment below 1 or 1 and 2. I'd love to know where you are with this journey. Maybe you're not doing anything, so if you're not doing anything, just comment below nothing, and then I'll know that, you know, I'll know you're going to get so much value out of this workshop, because I know afterwards you'll be going to implement these things. So number 3, if we do those 2 things, that's great, but there's another massive box to tick, and that is posting on a regular basis. Now, I'm not talking about every day. I was in my premium program just the other day, and one of my new clients, she's posting every single day, and it's not really even content that's pulling out leads. So Facebook's struggling because it's not gaining the traction, it's not gaining the intrigue, and she's posting every day. So we can't expect the Facebook algorithm to work in our favour every single day. We need to be strategic with our content. We need to be posting even up to like 1 to 3 times a week. Now, sometimes I get so many leads from one post that I may not comment for, I may not even post for another week. So it really depends. We need to be nurturing the leads that we get, okay, rather than sort of going after new fields. We need to be nurturing what we've got already and jumping on those fresh leads. So posting on a regular basis ticks the 3rd box. So what happens if you're loving on your new friends' posts and, you know, your older friends' posts, and then you're messaging those people in Messenger and they're messaging back, and you're posting on a regular basis, and you do this consistently, day in, day out. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. This is organic marketing. It's not ads. We're not switching on the ads, paying the money and getting the traction straight away. There's risk involved in that. So if you're not wanting, or you haven't got the investment to put that risk in the ads platform, organic marketing, if you're willing to just put the work in on a consistent basis and do this stuff consistently, you will see a huge difference. Okay, so if that's value, if you were unaware of this stuff, just comment value, because I like to know I'm giving values on these workshops. The problem is, if you haven't got the right audience on your profile, or your content is not resonating with your audience, that can be a problem. Okay, so in my premium program, we really nail all that. We nail your offer, your audience. We cleanse out your friends list if you've got the wrong audience on there. And we make sure you know what content to put out on a regular basis that gains the traction. So if you're sat there and you're a health coach, but you've got loads of, you know, people who are interested in marketing on your profile, it's not going to resonate. Okay, so that's pretty obvious, but it's surprising how many people out there have the wrong audience and they're wondering why they're not getting the traction. So basically, let's go through this one more time. Okay, let's go through it. So new friends, okay, I haven't mentioned this actually, but new friends, they get priority. So if you're introducing new friends onto your profile every day, you're sending friend invites out every day. We start with like a low number. We can build up to even 60 friend, requests every day. Not to start with, because Facebook doesn't like you doing anything. It shocks them. You need to build the Facebook muscle. But when you build your audience, the new friends get the priority, okay? Well, what I mean by that is that new friends coming in are more likely to see your content first, because Facebook wants to give your new friends a chance of seeing that content. So they're more likely to see your posts. Now, if you message them, the algorithm gives you more chance, again, of seeing your posts. So you're increasing your chances by not only reciprocation, but then you message them, and that kind of puts you at the front of the pile again. It gives you that extra chance of them seeing your post. And then if they message you back, the algorithm goes crazy and it gives you even more chance, okay? So, and then those who engage with you also get priority. So you can see how this works, and you can't just do it one day and drop it. You have to do it, at least 5 to 6 days a week. When I first started out, this was what was taking my time. Now I use automation, which I'm going to come on to, because I put a post out on my personal profile and it kind of went viral last week. And it was, how do I save myself 20 hours a week with the particular tool? This is how I did it. I knew I had to find an answer. I couldn't spend all day at my desk. I wanted to bring clients on, and I had clients who were looking at organic marketing. And I didn't want to tell them sit in their front of their computers 4 to 5 hours a day, because that doesn't sell. It's not what we want to do. We want to be having fun with our family. Even if you want to get to 10k a month, 10k a month, we don't want to spend all day doing it, because it becomes another job. So it's my mission to go out and find a tool. I've used plenty, but this one, it's not the cheapest, but it's literally the best, because it does so much. It's not just a tool that does one thing. It covers all of organic marketing. and it saves a heap of time. So these are kind of posts that get engagement. This particular post here, I've got it pinned to my personal profile at the moment. Things change over time if you're watching this workshop later on. It's also a post that I put in my group, and I use it in a very specific nurturing way. I take my group members, for myself and my clients, through a journey through my group, so the new members get treated on day, we kind of just nurture them on a journey through our group. So what you see on the surface isn't really what's going on underneath. You won't see what's happening inside a Facebook group that's working well. So these are posts that get traction. Okay, now I might want to put a social post on one day. My social posts do really well, and then that boosts the algorithm for when I then go and put a business post on. But there's so many different ways, but I'm always nurturing my audience, always reciprocating, always in Messenger, and always putting regular content. And it's not every day. It certainly isn't every day. So these are posts that get great traction. And then when you're giving free gifts away, if you've got the right audience on your profile, you're going to get the traction. If you worked hard to get the right audience, cleanse out the ones that are not for you, not resonating, not interested, and we work at that, there is work involved. So you're not going to reap rewards or get rich quick if you don't put some work in. But once you know the system, know the tricks, you just do it every day and you'll start seeing huge results. So this is another post that gets traction, gets engagement, gets leads. And often older posts that may be 6 months old may get a comment on there and it boosts it way to the top again. So you start getting fresh comments on all your posts. So this in essence is how it works. Imagine you put a post on today. Imagine you come up with a really intriguing title. The one I recently put on was who wants to know the tool that saves 20 hours a week on social media? Really, really simple. It took me about 5 seconds to post it. So imagine you're going to put something that's very intriguing and very kind of capturing their imagination, digging at a pain point, because I know my pain point of my clients spending too much time on social media. So imagine you put your post out there. How Facebook works, imagine all these pockets are made up of your friends. So imagine you've got 5,000 friends. Okay, in each pocket you've got like a number going up to 5,000 friends. So pocket one may have 500, and then we've got 1,000, 50, another 500 in each pocket. So what it does, first of all, it gets your post and it shows it to the first pocket of friends. They could be your newest friends. And if those friends start engaging pretty quickly on that post, whether it was a love, whether it was a comment, preferably both, Facebook then says to itself, this post is good. It's only been out a little while. People are reacting, people are commenting, people are loving it. We need to show it to pocket two. So then it will show it to pocket two because it knows it's passed the first test. When it shows it to pocket two, and pocket two stops engaging, pocket two starts saying, I like this, starts reacting, commenting, then it will show it to pocket three. So you can see how it works and it cascades. It's almost like a domino effect. So this is why posts go viral, because if you've got the right audience, you've got the right content, you build your audience every day, you tick all the 3 boxes, your post will start getting seen. And they reward those who work at it. It's as simple as that. And it's not really working at it if you use the tool that I and my clients use. So this is how organic marketing actually works. And then once we get the engagement, we get the leads, we then nurture them in Messenger. Okay, now that is an art in itself, and that's not part of this workshop. The great thing about Facebook is, if you turn your personal profile into a professional mode, you'll have a little insights tab, and on that insights it will show you what reach your post had, how many people at your audience it actually reached. Now, a client of mine the other day on our Q&A last night, she was wondering why she didn't get any comments on her post. So we looked at her insights and it only reached about 140 people or maybe 200 people out of her sort of 6,000 followers. So that post, she's got the wrong audience, she hasn't worked the algorithm, so Facebook's not going to go anywhere with that particular post. So we're working through a process of cleansing our audience, putting the right audience out there, putting the right content, working the algorithm with reciprocation, messaging, and putting the right content. you have to work at it to actually get your post to go viral. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Is that the value of just comment below value? If you were unaware of this stuff, if you kind of just thought, it's just you and, it's okay for everybody else, it's just me it doesn't work for. That's not the case. If you go back through my profile, I wasn't getting much engagement about 2 years ago. I have literally worked at it. Then I thought to myself, I'm not doing this, spending 4 to 5 hours a day. I was literally working 12 hours a day trying to do everything myself, run the coaching, nurture the leads, do all the Facebook marketing. It was literally exhausting. So the truth of it is, it can be hard to find the time to build your audience of ideal clients. It can be hard. There are 6 ways you can add ideal clients onto your Facebook profile, because we need to use our profile for business. Okay, it's a really important part of organic marketing. So if those of you who are not interested in using your Facebook profile for business, organic marketing won't be for you. Okay, we've got to get over these hurdles of who's going to judge us. I've had to overcome it all myself. But it can be hard to build your audience with the right people and find them in the first place. And, make sure a percentage of them are buyers. It can also be hard to find time to comment and love on your friends' posts. Now, this is definitely a problem I had. Just comment below if you find it hard to comment. Find the time to comment and love your friends' posts. We're running a business, and it just seemed so mindless sitting there and commenting and loving on everybody's post. It seemed like I was kind of wasting my time. I wasn't, but there's a way more efficient way, which saves me at least 20 hours a week. So it can be hard to find the time to comment and love and do all that reciprocation. Also, it can be hard to find time to build your group consistently every day of buyers. So for those of you who've got groups, they're a great way of nurturing your audience with all the tools that Facebook give us. I'm not saying you have to have a group to get clients, but it's an awesome way. If Facebook are going to give us all these free tools, and we don't really have to work that hard in our group, we want to use Facebook's tools, and they're given so much priority to groups now with all the new features. So some of you may have seen my workshop on the 5 free features in Facebook groups that pulls out clients. There is a workshop in this group on that. If you can't find it, just comment, please send me that workshop, and I will reach out and send you that. But it can be hard to find the time to build your group consistently every day of buyers. We don't want to just build a group once a week, once a month and leave it. We want to be doing it every day, but we don't want it to be hard work. And it also can be very hard to find time to message your new friends. How do we actually find time to message every new friend and every group member every day? I was doing it all manually. It was so tiring. It can also also what to say, what to say in Messenger to new friends, to new great members. What works now? Because the coaching space is not the same now as it was 2 years ago. Things have changed. People have become wiser. They're more wise to people trying to sell to them. So things have changed massively. But it also can be hard to find the time to track your message conversations every day. With me personally, and with some of my clients, you have a conversation in Messenger and it's a really hot lead, and you go back to it a few days later and you don't know who it was, you don't know where it is. You think, oh no, so you start searching back through your messages. We don't want to be doing that. We want to have a tracking system where we know who our hot leads are. I used to use something called Chat Silo. Unipro is so much better. It's a new feature in Unipro that we can use to track, because it's Unipro I'm talking about. It's a tool that is the heart of my business now. It's like my right arm, and my premium clients use it as well. And one of my clients, Alison Hassan, she said her whole life's changed since using Unipro. She never used to get engagement, and she's starting to really, really work the algorithm now. And it's pulling in leads, pulling in the messenger conversations, and onto calls. So it really can be hard to do all this stuff. Build your audience, comment and love it on your friends' posts. Build your group consistently every day, because we want at least 25 new members every week for us to be able to monetize our groups. It can be hard to keep messaging your friends, your group members, hard to track all those conversations. In fact, organic marketing can be really, really tiring unless you use a tool. So if you are finding the same, you're struggling with organic marketing, I'm going to tell you about Unipro. I kept it a little bit of a secret until I proved that it works. I spent a year, 9 months doing this on my own, Now I employ a VA to do Unipro, but it doesn't really take that long. It takes 20 to 30 minutes. At the start, it takes 30 minutes. I fine-tuned it to 20 minutes. So if my VA's not there for some reason, I will do it and it'll take 20 minutes. So Unipro, if you go to elainesanderson.com/automation, /automation, that is the Unipro tool. There it shows you how to use it. It's not my tool, it's a tool that I use. It's Dave and Lucy Smith's. They're awesome coaches. They built a multi-7-figure Facebook group in the health space. Then they sold that business, and they know all the nooks and crannies of organic marketing, all the problems that I've experienced and they experienced, and they created Unipro to overcome all those problems. So if you go to that link, I'll be totally transparent. I am now a partner. I'm not an affiliate marketer, but I am a partner to Unipro because I believe in it, I use it. It's got my business results, and it's getting my clients, and it's got my clients' results using organic automation. So that is a brilliant tool. So if you go to that link, it is my link, but I do give a couple of bonuses if you buy off my link. But let me just carry on with this, because I want to tell you exactly what it does and what struggles we face as coaches. Because it can be also hard to post the right content. There's nothing worse than knowing your content's really good, you've even got the right audience, but you still get zero engagement. It's so frustrating. You know, you want to pack it in. I've been in tears before now thinking, why are all these other people getting engagement? And I know this works, I know I've got the right audience, and I'm still not getting any engagement. It was absolutely deflating, almost to the point I quit. I quit the coaching space because I couldn't bear it anymore, the pain of not getting any engagement. And I know how it feels. But it's also really hard to develop a system that works like clockwork every day. Because organic marketing, if you're not using a tool, it can be really messy. You don't know where to start, what to do. You don't know where you were yesterday. Who did you message? Who was a hot lead? What you're supposed to do now? What you're supposed to post? It can be really, really messy. So we need to develop a system that works like clockwork every day. So you're not stuck on what to do. Not stuck on what to do on social media. You need to be creating a system and the content so that you pull out the leads interested in what you offer. And it can be hard unless you've got a system in place. But number 8, it can be also hard to create an offer that sells over and over again. We need an offer that resonates. We need to have all those pulling factors that makes an offer a no-brainer. And there's so many facets to this that most coaches miss. And it's within a free course that I'm giving away, which I'm going to come on to. But creating an offer that sells over and over again, you know you've nailed it, you know you've got all the irresistible ingredients in there, you've got all the things, the stackable items that you can stack onto your offer that just make it a no-brainer. So it can be hard stuff, and a lot of coaches, they're not born with this knowledge. I wasn't born with the knowledge, I've had to learn it over time. But also it can be hard to track what's working. So with organic marketing, it's just a funnel. It's only a funnel. We're bringing people into our profile and we're migrating them into a group. So it's a funnel. But at the start, not all of that funnel works. So we need to be able to track what is working and what isn't working. Okay, so if we can't track it, we can't really understand what's broken. It's boring, but tracking is the most important thing in any ads platform or any organic funnel. You have to be able to track what's working. So in my system, we have a tracking method. We know exactly what's working. We can identify the black hole. Is it at the top of funnel where you're bringing your audience onto your profile? Is it, at the messenger conversation? Is it in your group? We can track what's working. Why aren't people entering your group? Why don't they want to join? Why aren't they friending you when you ask for a friend request? There's so many things and facets. And so it can be hard to track that. Okay, so I do understand what's hard and what organic marketing, where the stumbling blocks are. Also, it can be hard to sell a messenger authentically. Messenger conversations have changed. We can't throw links out there and it's trying to sell. Nobody wants to be sold to. We don't ask to marry somebody on our first date. And there's a very strategic and clever way of having messenger conversations that appears so non-salesy because people buy off people who are not desperate. They don't buy off desperate people. And I see so many people in Messenger so desperate to sell, to get people in their group. right from the word go, and it just doesn't work. Believe you me, I've tried it. It really completely failed. So all this is just so solvable. So if you join Unipro, you will be getting almost like a VA, because Unipro does all the heavy lifting for you. It literally builds your audience. It does all the reciprocation, so it loves all your friends' posts for you. You just set it running, okay? You might think that's cheating, but at the end of the day, we're running a business and we're sat there loving people's posts. We're not really making money. If there's tools out there to do it, we're going to use it. It builds your group consistently every day with the right people. We can filter out the wrong ones with Unipro. It messages all your new friends. It messages all your group members. It doesn't give you the messages, but I'm coming on to the good bit on that front right now. It tracks all your message conversations. It tracks all of them so that you know where you are. Okay, so it's not just a kind of a tool. I see many out there. It does everything for you. And even the trainings go into what content to post. I do my premium, but Unipro give a lot of training on what content to post to put out there. And it shows you a system of what to do every single day, so you're not wondering what to post. Now with my premium clients, I've developed my own system. Unipro give their system which works. I just added enhanced features on, which really kind of nurtures a little bit more. And all this stuff can be done in Unipro. So if you are a coach out there or a small business owner and you're literally thinking, I want Facebook to work, I don't get engagement, I don't know how to get leads, I don't know how to create an offer, I don't know how to have a messenger conversation, how do I build a Facebook group, how do I revive old group members that just don't engage anymore, what do I do in my group, how do I get it working, how do I get people from my personal profile into my group? All this stuff you will find in Unipro. But there are certain things missing in Unipro, like they will not teach you how to create a viral offer, and there is some messenger sales training for sure, but I've got that covered as well. So if you go to elainesanderson.com/automation, it takes you to Unipro. Have a look there and see the whole system, how it works. Okay, that's not my sales page. It's my link, but it's not my sales page. If you go to that link, you'll find Unipro and all the details that Dave and Lucy introduce you to Unipro right there. But if you invest with my link, if you go to elainesanderson.com/automation, I will know you've invested in Unipro. So I will be reaching out anyway, so you will get 2 courses off me. Log in and you'll get how to create a viral offer that sells over and over again, because they won't cover that in Unipro. They're not business coaches, but I realise that you need a viral offer to make Unipro work, because if we get the system working, you haven't got an offer in place, how on earth are we going to sell? So message me. I've just invested in Unipro. I will know anyway because I get tagged in a post. I will forward you my course, how to create a viral offer that sells over and over again. And you'll also get my Messenger Sales Accelerator formula. Now, I've just updated this in line with the difficulties people are having in Messenger, because things have changed. A lot of people, our audience are becoming very much aware that Messenger is a place to sell. So very clever ways around that. So I'm going to gift those 2 courses for you. Both are valued at $197. They are going up very soon to $297, but at the moment they're sitting at $197. So when you invest in Unipro, you'll get these 2 free courses as well, only if you invest with my link. Being totally transparent, I am a partner. I'm not an affiliate marketer. The only thing I really promote is Unipro because my premium clients use it. So guys, just comment below value if you found that really valuable, and just comment below Unipro if you're going to go and invest in it. Because if you think of it this way, Unipro costs $197 a month, and you may think that is a hefty fee, but if you're saving 20 hours a week, it's a bit of a no-brainer, because I was employing a VA 2 years ago and I was spending $900, anywhere between $600 to $900 a month for her to build my group, but she wasn't doing anything near what Unipro does. So for me to invest just $197 a month, and I did it on my own for 9 months, I saved a huge amount of money, because if we're running a coaching business, if you're not going to invest in tools, how are you going to build a business? Any business needs tools to make it run smoothly. You know, you wouldn't get like a brick and mortar business without an accounting system, send invoices out, or, you know, we need tools to run our business. So if you're wanting to do it all yourself, you're not going to be able to maintain that consistency. So imagine if you're spending 20 hours a week, let's just say 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week on social media, okay, and you value your time at $50 an hour, you're actually spending $1,000 a month of your time to build your audience and to do organic marketing. $1,000 a week. So that's $4,000 a month if you're spending 20 hours a day and you value your time, 20 hours a week and you value your time at $50 an hour. That's $4,000 a month. With Unipro only being $197 a month, that's a complete no-brainer. So when I first heard of Unipro, I saw it on my profile, I jumped on the $47 workshop and I literally snatched their hand off for it and bought in, because I know it's a complete no-brainer. We need tools, we need automations to make our systems work efficiently so we can spend time on the things that matter. That's having conversations, closing sales and coaching. Okay, so just comment below value if you found this workshop valuable. I'll be coming in after this workshop and, you know, answering any questions you have on Unipro. Just visit elainesanderson.com/automation. I'm going to put the link anyway to this above so that you'll have access to Unipro. Okay, so I will just quickly finish with how it looks. Okay, this is Unipro, getting started. These are all the tools, this is all the features. We can update our friends list on a daily basis, so it adds all the friends coming into our audience on our personal profile. We can scan our friends' activity so we can get rid of the people who are not engaging, because people aren't engaging, they're ruining the algorithm for us. Okay, remember the buckets I showed you? We want to get rid of the people who stop engaging with us. So we do that on a monthly basis. We gain friends by groups. There are actually 6 ways to add people into your group, but we gain friends by groups and different posts, okay? And there's 6 ways we can do that. And it does it on automation. We're not going in manually, we just click buttons and we can go away and cook dinner for the kids. We can find the right groups. There's training on how to find the right groups and how to filter out the wrong people in those groups. Okay, we don't want to build our friend requests to build up. We're not going to get 100% acceptance rate of our friends. So we want to cancel them over time. So this is all automated. We manage our group members. So this is really clever. You click a few buttons and it literally puts all your group members that are coming into your group into an Excel spreadsheet. And then that gets fired off to your email list where you can start emailing them. We don't have to cut and paste on those 3 questions, or automated. It saves me literally heaps of time. This is a prospect by post. So when we put a post out on social media, like some of mine go viral, I'm not sat there commenting on my post. So if somebody comments on my post, I'm going to comment back because that helps the algorithm. But I'm not doing it myself. Unipro's doing it for me. So it'll love the comment and then it'll comment back. And at the same time, it'll message them in Messenger. So it's doing 3 things in once. Loving, commenting back and messaging them at the same time. How awesome is that? Saves me heaps of time. Things I want to tag people in, it does on auto. If I promise workshops or I've got something going on, the tag feature allows me to tag people in, groups of people on auto. Gain reciprocity. This is awesome because this used to take me about an hour and a half every day, or 2 hours every day. It does all that for me. It literally loves all my friends' posts for me. So I'm not sat there relentlessly going through on my newsfeed trying to love all my friends' posts, because this is what the algorithm wants, all on auto. And there's so much more. We can have lists. These are all my lists. I've got loads of lists of group members, and we get the message templates. We've got different message templates that we set up that we don't have to keep retyping the same messages. There'll be certain ones for friends, new members, and they're just all set to run. Okay, all set to run. And we can test them over time. So then we've got the broadcast messages. We can send broadcast messages out to recent friends, to broadcast lists. We can write new messages. We can add people in. And this is a tracking feature. So this is where you track your prospects and you build different lists of different people where you can track your prospects. And for some reason it's not loading. Let me have a look. I did have a problem with it loading, but yeah, that will load, but it tracks all your prospects. You can get like pipelines. So you'd have like a pipeline of people who've just come on from a post, and then when they commented on the post, it goes into another pipeline when you've sent them a free resource, then they become a hot lead, and then you can track them in pipelines. So essentially that is Unipro. Awesome tool to do everything that's needed. And if you've got any questions, please reach out and please ask me. I have done another training on this if you want to see additional information, but the link will be in the video, in the comment below. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for coming on this workshop. I really appreciate your time. I'm going to tag those in who wanted the workshop. And as I say, any questions, I'm really happy to answer them. Okay, guys, have an awesome evening.